What's up, chat? How we doing today? Today for you guys, got something just a little bit different on stream today. We are going to be watching the Manufacturers Cup for Gran Turismo 7. Yes, sir. That is what's going to be the stream today. We're going to watch it, have a good time. If you guys do enjoy, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Turn on the notification bell so that you guys will not miss anything on the channel. Let's go, baby. Grab a drink, grab a snack. Let's enjoy this, baby. We got 1 minute and 30 seconds before this starts up here. I am very excited. I'm not playing in it, but you know, I still wanted to watch it. And I figured I would bring you guys in on the fun as well. So yeah, that's the plan for the stream today. How's all the audio sound here? Everything sound good? I don't know how it's gonna sound here. I'll see where my face cam needs to be in a moment. I don't know if I'm gonna need to change it or not, but we will definitely find out. Ah, yes. How we doing today, chat? Y'all having a good day? What's up, Thomas? Welcome to chat. Yes, sir. First comment in chat. Oh, man. Okay. Another question is... Well, actually, I'll save that for when we see the lineup of who's racing. I was gonna say something, but we'll save that for that time. Ah, yes. So what the plan is for today is they're doing the Manufacturer Cup right now. And then at 6:30 is the start of the Nations Cup as well, which I plan to also stream later as well. It'll be a separate stream, so if you guys do want to watch that, come over to the stream. Yes, sir. Here we go, we're starting. New stuff is here. Here, I'll send you a snap with you open it. I'll open it in a little bit. After the stream. Let's go, chat. Here we go, baby. Yes, sir. Let's do this. Make sure audio is up all the way. Yes, it is. Okay, good. Let's go, chat. How well can y'all hear it? Like, can y'all hear it pretty good? I can turn it up if you need to. We'll see when they start talking if we need to turn it up at all. Here, I'll turn it up some. There we go. I turned it up just a little bit. Hopefully you guys can hear it a little better. Yes. Welcome everybody just now coming in chat. Yes, sir. Chat, this is... I know it sounds crazy, but this is kind of what I want to do someday, is be a sim racer like these people. That would be so fun. That and still pursue YouTube here. That would be an ultimate dream.
Not since 2019 have we been back in the Americas. And we've managed to find a huge gaggle of the biggest Gran Turismo fans going. Let's say hi, everybody.
Yes, sir.
I also realized that I've accidentally dressed like the Canadian flag too, so there is that. So to get to this point, the online qualifiers have been pretty fierce. I mean, we've only got the best of the best here right now to drive for you. We want to find out who exactly has got the stamina and the poise to, under all of this pressure, to see it through and take the win. So why don't we get the 2024 season underway?
Yay, buddy!
The Manufacturers Cup features 12 teams of 3 drivers. These 12 were selected from the online series ranking. There's 1 player per team for each of these in the 3 global regions. 1 driver per team will race in each round. In the qualifying time trial, each driver will complete 1 attack lap. The results determine the grid position for the grand final race. In In the grand final, one driver per team will race for World Series points, with only the top 6 places securing points.
Okay. Let's see, so this is only round 1. I think they have a total of like 4 rounds of this. But those are for another day.
Cannot wait to get the World Series underway for you here with the Manufacturers Cup tonight. First of all, let's get straight into it. Jimmy Broadbent, great to have you back once again. But the competition format for this year, I mean, it's going to be hugely exciting. Back to individual formats for Nations Cup, Manufacturer Series. We've got a whole season's worth. Every race is going to count.
Yeah, definitely. I think this format for the Manufacturers Cup is just fantastic. As you say, season-wide, so every race, every fixture, every moment counts for these guys over the course of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, it's not just about us here in Montreal. It's wonderful to be here, don't get us wrong. But also, it's about you guys at home as well. And we like to give back. And that's why there's a chance to win 1 million in-game credits with the Gran Turismo World Series here this weekend. Have a look at this and see what it's all about, how you can get involved in the action.
Hey guys, don't forget that you can get involved with Gran Turismo World Series in Gran Turismo 7.
Yes, sir. That's what we're doing right now.
Bonus campaign.
That's what we're doing right now as we
Click on
speak.
the bonus campaign banner on the GT7 world map, and that's going to give you, the players, the opportunity to win
Already did that
1
there.
million credits for each
Hopefully my
Manufacturers
predictions
Cup.
come back
Remember,
correct.
you can enter and vote right up until the start of the grand final of each of these series. Good luck.
Hopefully it comes back correct.
You
I
guys love
mean,
free stuff.
I could use the
Well,
credits.
By simply watching the broadcast in-game, you're going to unlock 6-star roulette tickets. If
Yes,
you want
sir.
to see how you compare to our Superstar Nations Cup competitors, you can head on to a new time trial in Gran Turismo 7 that's going to mirror the Nations Cup qualifying here in Montreal. Featuring the Red Bull X 2019 competition on the Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta, the time trial is going to be open for a few weeks.
So there we are, the campaign on Gran Turismo 7. Get yourself involved in the action. We'd love to have you as a part of the GT World Series in 2024. That's not all. We've got a bit of a special surprise coming for you a little bit later on as well. But more of that, again, later on. Let's get straight into action on track then, shall we, for this one. Manufacturers Cup, the qualifying time trial taking place here.
see.
One lap attack for our 12 drivers. Group 3 cars around the Autodromo de Interlagos.
Yeah, awesome circuit this. A circuit of very much 2 different styles. The main straight up at top, they're all about top speed, whereas middle sector all about a car that's good in that low and middle speed sections here. Here are your competitors then.
Yes.
Here, of course. Great to see some familiar faces in there. Big change
My
in the
pick
course.
for this
Something
was
stronger.
the
Going to
Lexus
Super
brand
F1
here,
Porsche
where you
driver.
have
Turning
Igor
defense
Fraga driving. In my opinion, he is one of the best drivers in the world. Him and Jose Serrano, probably 2 of my favorite drivers to watch.
Now, Salah, and look at this list. See who's not there? Team Nissan, our champions from last year, not qualified for this event. As a massive Nissan fanboy myself, I'm just beside myself, Tom. This is the worst day ever. I can't believe it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, the online season obviously gave different drivers, different manufacturers an opportunity to get themselves in. Nissan, unfortunately, did not manage to make the grade. So you can see the drivers then getting themselves ready to go out on track. 1 lap of attack available, so that means they get 1 flying lap here to decide the grid for the race taking place here in the Manufacturers Cup later on here today. Jimmy, 1 lap. There's so much pressure on the
Bro, look at those
drivers.
racing
There's an audience
setups.
here as well.
Yeah,
I would
definitely.
love to
It's
have
hard
one
to
of
do a
those.
qualifying lap anyway, but
That'd
to do
be
it in front of a
nuts.
live audience here today with no mistakes, with some of the toughest competition in the world, rather than me, I think. Anyway, here is Dean Help from Team Genesis there, coming on to start, I think, his first flying lap at the moment. So, Help we've seen in the past. He's got the pace and a couple of very lovely GT tattoos as well, which I don't think has really helped him so far. But yeah, interesting to see how them and Genesis get on there.
Well, Genesis fresh off the back of a podium in the
See,
World
Genesis
Finals
is
last year.
first
Let's not
up for
forget,
the
North pace, they're a
qualifying
pole
lap
position as well, so
here.
they automatically had a spot to qualify here. You can see him going through the center S. Nice
So yeah, they
speed
do.
and tidy through there. A little bit tight on the entry into turn 2, but he gathers it up quite nicely. Is the run out of this left-hander all the way down this straight. You need to get as good an exit as you can. It's looking nice and neat and tidy as Dean Help comes down the Retro-Aposta. Into this left-hander though, does he get the braking all okay and get the apex? He does. Little bit of
Welcome to
a
chat, Egan.
otherwise, all fine so far.
Welcome.
On board camera here to give you an idea of what our competitors are seeing.
Well.
First of all, though, a tricky. Double right hand. You want to try and aim for the second apex there so you can get a bigger run off to the exit as possible. Very wide there, almost at the risk of incurring the wrath of the track limit stewards.
Those of you guys who are just joining, I'm not playing in this, just watching this. I wish I could play in this, but I'm not that good. I'll admit it.
Cost you a couple of hundredths, and every moment counts here. So down towards the last big braking zone on the circuit here. Flat, almost flat all the way down. Small lift to the front. We're now heavy on the brakes. Down into first gear for the best launch as possible. Second gear on exit and sideways again. Maybe trying a little bit too hard there is Dean.
Yeah, Dean might cost himself a few tenths of a second, as you say, and especially going through that left-hander, he's going to carry that all the way now as he's flat to the floor as he comes to the timing line. It's not been bad lap though from Dean now. Let's see what the initial score on the door is going to be as he comes to break the beat. Over the timing line he goes a 1:29.90.
There we go, and that is the time to beat there.
Igor Fraga, Brazilian driver, home circuit here at the Autodromo de Interlagos, and crucially,
this guy's insane.
He's won the Nations Cup and the Manufacturers Cup in previous years. He knows
You should try Forza with me. Not destroy. I'm sure you would. Forza's different because I'm used to the more sim kind of game where Forza definitely would be different for me. I have it. If you're referring to Forza Horizon 4, I do own that. That would be fun for us to play.
For a very long time. As Gary knows the car inside out. Is it good enough though for Paul? No, it's not for now. P2 for Valerio.
Fraga is going to start in first. It's going to happen. The only one that I see beating him is the Subaru or the Porsche driver. Those are the only two I see beating Igor Fraga, who's currently in first for lap time right now. Yeah, 4. Yep. Yeah, I own that. We'll have to play that sometime. I restarted the game, so I really don't have that many cars, but you know, we'll just go from there.
That's costing him time. He's going to carry that on, and look how Anna's shaping it for the next series of corners.
Completely missed the corner there. Lap's over before it's begun. Really, now all really Kratzer can do is just damage limitation, because let's see what it's like at the first set.
I guess I should have literally the best drift car ever. Mazda. Nice. Drifting, yeah, drifting's my only problem in that game because it's definitely more complex on a wheel than on a controller. If you can learn it on a wheel, it's really good, but yeah.
It's not looking too bad in this middle sector of the lap, but the risk now for Kratzer is he may begin to overdrive the car ever so slightly, such as the mistake he made in that first part of the lap, which has really cost him any meaningful time. He's going to try and gather that up in the second and third sectors of this lap, but as I say, that runs the risk of just bringing in a few too many mistakes here.
1.2 seconds down the middle sector. Not a good lap, unfortunately, for Team Toyota and Adriano Kratzer. Nevertheless, he'll come up the hill to set a time on the board somewhere behind Regalado, but will it be the end of the grid? By the time everyone else has that lap, we'll see. But yeah, disappointing start there.
It's going to be really close.
Yeah, Kratzer coming through to the timing line. It's going to be, I think, the slowest time.
Oh, never mind. No.
1:37.44.
It looks close, but to be honest, it's really not. Oh, he's new. Never seen him.
Absolutely love this machine, and looking forward to seeing what Nicholas is going to be able to do. The youngster making his debut in the Gran Turismo World Series. No pressure at all as he comes to the timing line. 1:30.428. So
yeah, I did it for like 2 years and cooked it.
What about Callum Rhodes then? The BMW
There's a G-Tech, but just stopped working. Oh, I see.
Coming through. Okay, so far.
I see.
To trouble the top scorer. In fact, he's lost a bit of time here in this final sector, hasn't he? But it's a 1:29.7.
That was a good lap right there.
1:29.997 for him. So
I can't get as good a laps as these guys. My lap time would probably be like 6 seconds slower than theirs.
This time in the Corvette representing Team Chevrolet.
Because these guys are just insane.
This weekend, but can Parker unleash it here in Interlagos? No, he can't. P6 for now. So right now, Igor Fraga still leading the timesheets as Guy Barbara, the Australian driver. I think just starting his hot lap now. So we're coming on to his hot lap. Let's watch him into T1. Let's see if we can get a better line than Kratzer did there. Yeah, that's what it's meant to look like. On the apex on the inside, opens up this right-hander. Then we get a nice run all the way through this long left. And basically any mistake you make in those first couple of corners, you carry that for a very long time. It damages the lap pretty much beyond repair. Let's see what his first sector looks like compared to Fraga here. Oh, he's up by 8,000 of a second, so a nice first sector there for Guy Barber, but it might also indicate that Mercedes is a little bit quicker in a straight line than Lexus.
Yeah, I wonder whether he's going to be able to carry all of that advantage throughout the second and third parts of this lap, as you say. Let's go through this right-hander. This will be the proof in the pudding. We've seen Mercedes in the Gran Turismo World Series for a good number of years now, but they haven't won for a long time. Back in 2019, oh, big snap of oversteer.
Yeah, Mercedes has had kind of a streak of like doing bad, I feel. This past year, they're absolutely atrocious. I don't know, maybe they'll be better this time.
So what happens? I mean, he's still only a 10th down, and we know he's got a long straight here, so this might still be a decent lap here from Guy Barber, but he just, as you say, suffering from just...
Telling you, I think the only times they're going to beat you or Fraga's time is Subaru and Porsche. I can fasten that he drives. Okay, sir. Oh wow, that was a really good lap.
Of a second better than Valerio Gallo sees it with a provisional front row start and only 3 drivers left to run. What about Robbie Heck in the Mazda RX Vision GT3 concept then? The American driver aiming to break the beam and try and get himself onto the front row of the grid. But is it going to be enough for him? He has a sly look over to his right-hand side. He aims for the timing line. 127, 128.
No, that's a...
For him, and he goes up into 4th place, so not bad.
I was about to say it's a slow time, but it's not too slow. Wait, Toyota Supra or Porsche 911? There is a right answer. Porsche 911. I like both of them, but I would choose the Porsche 911 almost every time. I really do like the Supra, though. I am a fan of the Supra, but yes, I would choose Porsche 911.
Salt into the wound for Takuma Sasaki. Runs in a little bit wide, but he's in the Porsche 911, the car that Angel Nostroza vacated earlier on this season. And if Sasaki can out-qualify Nostroza, well, I can't imagine that's going to be doing the Chilean much out.
No, it's not. Coming to the line now, our last qualifier coming across the start-finish line to complete the set. What will it be for Sasaki and Porsche?
See, is my prediction right or not? Both Lexus and Sasaki are at the top. Okay, Porsche and Lexus. I'm just saying.
Really caught the end of it, but Takuma Sasaki doing a fantastic job there, second place on the grid in the Porsche.
Gotta go, G-Riders here.
The former world champion Igor Fraga.
Okay, sounds good.
Well.
Thanks for stopping by, sir.
You can see there in the mid pack. What have you got? Guy Barber 129.8. You've got 129.8s in there, 128.99s in there as well. So really, really close quarters, and those half a tenth losses where you just get a snap of overstick and really...
Oh, that's the PlayStation headset. I just realized that.
Guy Barber is probably the biggest example of that. I think that he could have been on pole position, but just a couple of moments in that mid-sector just, I think, unraveled his lap somewhat. So the driver's now taking a little bit of a break after that. Igor Fraga not looking too happy with that, despite the fact that it was a decent time from him, you know? So.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, he's a pretty cool cucumber, isn't he, Igor Fraga? And he knows that he's done the first part of the job, but he doesn't know exactly what the second part of the job is.
Bro, what wheel is that they're using? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Anything can happen. And we're looking forward to seeing what is going to happen. So,
actually, what wheel was that? I want to know.
As we said earlier on, Jimmy, that one-lap format really can punish you. We saw that with Guy Barber. He was on a stonker of a first sector, and despite that wobble he had in the second sector, he could have been on pole position if it wasn't for that.
It's super easy to do that because you're out there, you're qualifying, you're pushing as hard as you can. You know, that's what a qualifying lap is. It's everything or nothing. But it's very easy just to step over that imaginary grip line that you can't see, of course, when you're in the car. Have that moment, and then it's just all over you. But anyway, a reminder of what's just happened then. So we started off the session with Dean Haupt for Team Genesis. He would set the early pace going on, but
didn't he get like a mediocre time?
For long, because this man, Igor Fraga for Team Lexus,
Igor Fraga is amazing. Dude's driving is nuts. Welcome everybody who's just joining chat here. We are watching the Gran Turismo Manufacturers Cup here. Yes sir, yes sir.
the line, went slowest of the lot in the Ferrari 458.
Bro, okay. In my online races, I hate it when I see Ferraris because Ferraris are always the dirtiest drivers. In an online racing, you're supposed to have respect for the other drivers on the track, and no one does. I try to, but I get bumped around. That is my only frustration with it.
I think it's fair to say that there weren't really many surprises in terms of manufacturers, but some of the quick guys were up there. We saw Team Honda, we saw Team Nexus, cars that have won in the past, of course, in the Manufacturers Series, just showing their pace here today. This was a surprise to me. Guy Barbara in that Mercedes, he was definitely, I don't think I saw him, honestly, in the top three. See him there, really good effort.
What wheel is that? Or what wheelbase? I think that is the Fanatec DD Pro, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't quote me
Let's have a
on
look at the
that.
qualifying results then. As you can see, Igor Fraga, pole position for him by just under a tenth and a half of a second there from Takuma Sasaki. Guy Barbara heads row 2 ahead of Valerio Gallo. Then Robbie Heck and Dean Help make an All-American row 3 ahead of their compatriot Callum Roach. And then Regalado in Estroza, Parker, Irrigada, and Adriano Carrazza, the Brazilian driver on home soil. Bit of work to do for him coming into the race later on here today. Now, if you've just joined us in the Gran Turismo World Series, welcome along. It is the Manufacturers Cup. Let's get you through into the season format of what it looks like in 2024. You can see we've got the Nations Cup and the Manufacturers Cup. 12 drivers in the Nations Cup, 12 drivers in the Manufacturers Cup. Seems simple enough so far. Here's where it starts to look a little bit different, though. We've got live events over the course of this season. You can see rounds 1, 2, and 3, Montreal, Prague, and Tokyo. The World Finals at an as-yet undisclosed location. Then the Nations Cup. We've got all 12 drivers in all 4 of those live events. But at the Manufacturers Cup, we've got 12 different drivers at each of the events coming together in the World Finals. So we'll have 3 drivers apiece per manufacturer, and they're all going to score points over the course of this season. So there is a lot left to play for.
Looks like they did the Manufacturer Cup way different, because what they used to do was they would have all 3 drivers together at one event.
Well, I've always seen that.
I guess they're changing it up a little bit.
Someone who's very strong in a very strong car with Team Toyota, and already on the back foot going into this cup. So it's a real shame for them, but it's still a long season. You know, it's not as if it's over, but not the best start for Team Toyota.
Not so far. Anyway, we've got bumper-to-bumper action here today. It's all condensed down into one day for this event here in Montreal, and of course the Nations Cup. That's going to be coming along the way, right below, as you can see later on here today. Looking forward to that kicking off, because as we know with the Nations Cup, it's back to an individual format.
We're gonna be watching that, chat. Nations Cup. That's gonna be on a separate stream.
Yeah, I think that format is definitely the best for Nations Cup. But Manufacturers Cup first. Here is the starting grid for our grand.
For the record, I picked Igor Fraga to win in the predictions, so hopefully cross my fingers. Hopefully I'm right. As of right now, he's starting in first place, so I'm hoping my prediction's right, because then I get a million credits, and your boy could use the million credits.
Where Carrazza would have wanted to be starting on the grid, especially considering the fact that Igor Fraga, his compatriot, has got it onto pole position. So we've got Brazilians at the front of the grid and a Brazilian at the back of the grid.
Well, at least it's neat and tidy. Yeah, what can you say about that?
Well, it's a bit of a Brazilian sandwich at the moment, isn't it? Anyway, let's get our 12 competitors on to stage here for the Manufacturers Cup in the Gran Turismo World Series in Montreal in 2024. Please welcome, racing for Genesis here this weekend from the United States of America. It is Dean Helps.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, bud.
Dean making his way onto the stage.
You get it, you have tattoos.
Here in Montreal. Next up, please welcome former world champion and driving for Lexus.
Yes, sir.
On pole position. It is from Brazil, Igor Fraga.
That's my pick right there to win this whole thing. Right there.
He won the Nations Cup in 2021, and he's a former Olympic esports winner as well, for that matter. Driving the Honda all the way from Italy, it's Valerio Gallo. He's
another really good one. He's one that you definitely don't count out. It's hours played. He had too many.
Gran Turismo World Series for the first time in a very long time, and spearheading their campaign here today, it is the
I think they all, yeah, they all say that. That's funny.
Team Toyota's charge will be spearheaded by Adriano Carrazza, finished second at the World Tour in Tokyo in 2019 after a fantastic battle. Give it up for the Brazilian.
The Brazilians are on, the Brazilian and the Spaniards are like my favorite drivers in these types of events. Those ones. Now when I go against them online, Brazilians are like at the bottom because all the ones at my level are dirty frickin' drivers, but yeah. Professionally, the Brazilians, I don't mind them. Hey, we have a US guy in here.
Manufacturer driving for Chevrolet, the man who won the Porsche Rennsport Reunion event last year.
He's not too bad. I mean, could be better, but I don't know. He's not bad. It's held in North America, so I think we'll hear the U.S. national anthem, I think. Unless... Oh wait, is it in Canada? You might hear the Canadian national anthem. Please don't copyright the stream, please.
Seeking their first win in the Manufacturers' Cup here tonight. It is Mazda, and they are spearheaded by the American driver, Robbie Heck.
We have a few American drivers.
And last but certainly not least, all the way
Subaru.
from Japan, he's representing, I beg your pardon, that first of all is Angel Inestrosa, who's driving for Team Subaru.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Definitely is one that is pretty good.
And now last,
Porsche.
but certainly not least, driving for Team Porsche. He won the Amsterdam World Series Showdown with
That's
the Team
another
Porsche
really good
all
one.
from Japan. It's Takuma Sasaki. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask for you to stand, if you're able, for the national anthem of our host nation here in Canada.
Oh, it's Canadian. Here we go, chat.
The national anthem of Canada rings out here in Montreal as we get ready for the Manufacturers' Cup to get underway. Now, Mazda have got themselves a bit of a tall order to get themselves a bit further up the order than they would like, courtesy of Robbie Heck driving for that car, but also they've got a bit of an initiative going on at the moment, bit of a game to real life sort of thing. Sound familiar?
Yeah, it does. I mean, great to see Mazda, of course, incorporating such things. As someone who's gone from the sim to the real life myself, to the real life,
to the real life,
the sim to a real car myself. I think these programs are super important. But let's hear a bit more about it.
Since 2022,
This is interesting.
Mazda has hosted the Mazda Spirit Racing GT Cup in Japan, which could be kind of considered the Mazda version of GT Academy. 9 drivers were selected from over 7,500 hopefuls to take part in 2023. The top players of the yearly rankings participate in the Mazda Spirit Racing Challenge program, the road from virtual to real. And they receive special training on a real circuit before participating in an endurance race. Since the first year of the competition, the program has had incredible success.
Sounds like what they did for Nissan in the Gran Turismo movie.
So there we are. If it all goes
Welcome everybody who's just joining chat. About to get this Manufacturers Cup going here. Whenever they start it up. Should be starting pretty soon here. Just watching. I'm not playing. Just watching. Not good enough to play this.
It's not exactly the same as going and sitting and playing a football game.
But one day.
And then going out and, you know, kicking
Maybe.
with Euros in England. Mind you, given their performance so far, maybe it is. Anyway, let's go down to catch up with Jules then. She is with the man who starts on pole position for Team Lexus, Igor Fraga.
Yes, hi Igor, how you doing? You want to just get going,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Exactly. All the other drivers are practicing now, and I'm like just watching them. So I was like, yeah.
He's like, keep it short. No, he didn't say that really. How did you feel? How was that? How comfortable was that for you? That qualifying?
I felt very comfortable with the car and everything. I think it's positive that I'm only doing one series because the physics and everything has changed here.
Yeah.
So I think I'm able to adapt better here and not doing like many championships.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
helping me to get like a good performance here.
And then how are you finding it? Does it feel good? Does it feel
Yeah, I
nice?
feel good. Yeah, I feel nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And what's your strategy going into this then? What are you gonna do? I mean, obviously you know the track pretty well.
Yeah, it would depend on what all the guys are gonna do as well. I think depending on the car, we'll be having a lot of different strategy for this one. So I think it should be very interesting.
I reckon it's really. You reckon he's probably gonna.
That's what I like about Igor Fraga is that he doesn't go with specific strategy. He kind of goes based off what the other cars are doing to determine what he should be doing.
Good to see getting a bit of a, you know,
It's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, poor Eagle.
Looking forward to this one. Let's have a look then, shall we? The Autodromo de Interlagos. We just saw it in qualifying a few minutes ago. We love
Let's see. The two, they're using Racing Hard and Racing Soft tires.
It's going to make things pretty interesting.
It's a
This.
long race, this. You know, as we said, qualifying
Then-
does have some importance, but it's not over completely. You don't get the best position possible.
Yep,
And
grade
we're
3
gonna get,
cars.
A 3 times tyre wear rate here, which means that this is kind of what we expect to see for our strategy. Fairly simple, right? Either start on the softs or start on the hards. Now, I think those at the front of the grid are going to go for that soft tyre. As always,
That's
try and break
kinda
away
what I'm
from the
thinking.
Clear air. Whereas those starting a bit further back
Yeah.
will aim to use that hard tyre at the start of the race where they have
It makes
to,
sense
but they
to do
can't use the
this.
soft tyre effectively. So it's just about using these tyres at the right time. But of course, that's just strategy in a nutshell, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, in terms of drivers to watch, though, going into this one, I mean, you'd be hard to bet against Igor Fraga. We just saw him stick it on pole position. But I'm keen to see what Karatsa can do. He's starting right at the back of the field. Does that give him then an opportunity to try like an alternate strategy? Sort of, I don't know, go ugly early, if you like. Get the hard tyres on the car and then run the softs when he'd be quicker at the end of the race.
Well, I think it's called an alternative strategy for a reason. It's not the ideal strategy, and he really has to now think of something special to be able to move up the field, because these guys are all some of the
Yeah, last
drivers
place is
in
gonna-
Gran Turismo. And you're asking
gonna
Karatsa,
really
right,
have
he's just gonna
to
take a left
think.
like it's nothing. Off you go.
Yeah,
So it's going to be really tough for him. But I'm looking out for Guy Barber. The reason why I'm saying that is I watched him practice earlier on for some of these races, and I've never seen such fat sends in my life. My word. So I mean, like, watch out for him. He's going to be quick.
Essentially,
this
oh, it's
thing?
nice to see your favourite Kiwi back, in a reference to the fact that I mistakenly identified him as a Kiwi about 3 years ago, and he's never let me forget it.
Oh, this
No,
bolt is
it's all
loose
lovely bloke.
underneath
Anyway,
here.
looking forward to
I
getting
just
this one
realized.
underway. Now, as we said earlier on, a bit of a tease coming for you in Gran Turismo 7 over the course of the next few
Yes,
years.
this is what I've been wanting to hear right here.
With a lot more things, including
New update.
physics. Have a look at this and see what it's all about.
Yes, what is this? Tell me we get a new track. Please tell me we get a new track. Hey, rally cars. New tires. Really? New car. Another new car. Lamborghini got another. Oh, they brought in a new Vision car for Genesis. Okay, this looks like we got a few new cars. I think that was a new track. And then some new physics to the game. Fantastic.
So, new cars, new circuit, and new physics. What more?
Let's go.
I'm looking forward to driving that Impreza, man. That looks awesome. I'm really looking forward to sliding that into a couple of walls, probably. But,
Yeah.
What he
maybe
said.
fit back in GT.
Absolutely. Don't forget about the campaign thing that we're running here in Gran Turismo 7 as well. You can predict your winner. And here is how the votes are looking so far. Unsurprisingly,
Yep.
given that he started on pole
Totally
position,
didn't pick
Fraga
Eagle
got
Fraga.
50%
Yeah,
of the
I did.
votes.
Can't believe you guys done my boy
The
Gallagher.
guy's insane.
4%, man. But yeah, a great opportunity then to get your hands on some in the
No,
game.
first
You are
and
correct.
second is literally how I would have done it.
Apprenticing game. And as always,
Third, I think I would have put Valerio Gallo, who was currently in fifth for predictions, but
For Jimmy Broadbent. Anyway,
yeah.
James Broadbent. It was James Broadbent for no apparent reason. Anyway, drivers are ready to go. Very much looking forward to this one. It is time then to kick off the 2024.
Let's go, baby.
Gran
It's about
Turismo
time.
World Series. Action is about
Here we
to
go,
begin
chat.
here in the Manufacturers' Cup.
me trying to mimic opera singers. It's funny. Here we go, Chad. Let's go.
The crowd are ready to go then here as the drivers are lining up on the grid. It is time
Yes, sir.
for action to begin in 2024.
Let's do this, chat.
Manufacturers' Cup then here is the first grid of the
I've been waiting for this all day.
2024 World Series. Starting on pole position on home soil at the Autodromo de Interlagos, it is Igor Fraga. To give us a
Yes,
second,
sir.
I've joined him on the front row of the grid with Guy Barbara in the AMG Mercedes third. Next up is former Nations Cup champion Valerio Gallo. It's an all-American third row with Robbie Heck for Mazda spearheading that, just ahead of Dean Helt in the Genesis. Genesis fresh off the back of their podium last year in the World Finals. Callum Roach lines up 7th with Alonso Regalado in the Ferrari 458, Italia in 8th position. Ankel Nestroza, new challenge for him with the Subaru this year, not working out so far, down in 9th place on the grid. Donovan Parker rounding up the top 10. Nicholas Iriagada is in 11th in the Audi R8, and then Adriano Carrazza botched his qualifying lap in the Toyota Supra.
That's smart what all the top 5 are doing. Going with the soft tires. Hopefully below away from the other guys. Yeah, that's smart.
Ahead of this field, you want to try and get away as soon as possible. The worst possible thing on these opening laps is to get involved in a fight and lose time. That's how tight the margins are in these races. Towards the back of the field, of course, it's
Let's go,
impressive
baby.
to see it go down as far as 6
Come on,
seconds and a
Fraga, you
half
gotta
on the
make my
time.
predictions correct.
At the start of
I
this
need
race.
the
Let's see
currency.
how it pans out over the course of
Need
30
my
laps.
credits.
Really keen to see what Adriano Carrazza can do. You wonder whether he may have just gone, for the soft tire to go and get those on in the early stages, but he's decided to go for the hard, decided to go for the same strategy as everybody else around him, and let's see what he'll be able to do and what kind of progress he'll be able to make up in the field. His best hope, I'm sure, is to try and get himself to the head of the hard compound runners up into 6th place. Anyway, let's stop talking, let's start racing. We're ready to go.
Let's go, baby. 3, 2, 1. Let's go, baby.
It's underway here in Montreal as we go green at the Autodromo de Interlagos. Igor Fraga leads the field across the timing line, down in towards the center S. Sasaki in second, Barbara in third place.
I think I played this track recently, actually.
A little bit more, but the run through this left-hander on the run down the Retroposta could give us an opportunity to see some moves being made. Igor Fraga doesn't have the benefit of that slipstream, that hole being punched in the air in front of him, so he'll be a bit down on straight line speed, but he holds his lead for now as we come through to the left of turn 4. It's as you were at the front.
Yeah, difficult to overtake on this first lap. As you say, Roland start to spread the cars a little bit here. But now going into this middle sector, it seems like
Oh, there's penalty already.
has closed up onto the back of Guy Bravo, so ever so slightly. As has
There's a penalty already in 12th place. place.
Very close right now. Already a penalty there.
Oh my
for Ariel Gallo.
gosh.
They have to think maybe for some track
It's
limits
too
there.
early in the
Up
race.
into P11. On board now with Valerio Gallo for Team Honda. Great view here of the train in front. Now you're on, it's the first lap now, so it's about trying to get into that rhythm as soon as possible. So any sort of weakness right now will just be magnified tenfold by the fact that the cars are all so close together. Coming now down to the last big break of the course. Oh, now it's just all about horsepower up the hill here. Now Gallo's out, Fraga is out front. He'll be giving a tow to Sasaki, Barbara and Gallo, who we are on board with now. Let's see what these cars are like in a straight line.
So, on board we ride here then with Gallo as we come to the timing line. He's closing up to the back of Barbara. Barbara in turn is not too far away from Takuma Sasaki. Sasaki is very handy in the straight line in that Porsche. Are we going to see Gallo go for a lunge to the inside when he closes up under braking? Karatza in at the end of the first lap, the only of the hard shot runners to do so. So I wonder if he's going to do an alternate strategy. Is he going to do a two-stopper here potentially, JB? Get onto the soft tyres and then do two stints on them potentially.
He's already moving to the soft tires.
Aggressive early. Now he needs to do this. We mentioned this earlier on. He needs
Why?
to find some way to insert himself in that pack out there. Now what he's done by putting himself in that
There is
soft
no
tyre
point.
now is giving himself a massive gap. You can see on the top right-hand corner of your screen the track map.
What was the point in
He's
that?
got that gap just to drive into, and hopefully, well, he needs to find that time because he's got to make an extra pit stop as well.
So we see Fraga controlling the field out in front. Half a second the advantage he has over Takuma Sasaki. It's not a comfortable advantage by any stretch of the imagination, but we know that Fraga soaks up the pressure like a sponge. He's doing a fantastic job, as he always does, at the helm of this field. Very rarely does he make mistakes. You can see Dean Helt there, 6th place. He's in. He's got a flashing red light next to his name. That
Oh, he got a
indicates
penalty.
Whether that's for track limits or for contact, I don't know. I would assume track limits, given the fact we've not seen any other graphics flashing up on the screen, indicating that he's got himself into some strife.
The red marker will do that one. Never want to see that next to your name. Meanwhile, Gallo pretty much pushing Guy Barbara along on the straight here, already up the inside there. Now, who has the most horsepower?
So close.
That AMG is quick in a straight line. As soon as Gallo pulled out of the slipstream there, the car just fell away from him. So this could be a challenge for him. Looks to the inside, late on the brakes, goes Valerio Gallo.
Oh yeah,
The inside there, parks
I could have saw that happening. Once I saw that he wasn't going back into the slipstream, it made sense for him to do that.
Each other, of course, in the online season, but also they've been racing for a good number of years before that, so they know instinctively how the other driver is going to behave. You just get a set, sort of sixth sense almost, and Gallo sending it to the inside there, clean, decisive and clear. He needs to now be careful to not get involved in a squabble with Barbara if Barbara tries to retaliate, because it will allow Sasaki and Fraga to clear off into the sunset, essentially.
Now these guys, they are going to be looking back now, Fraga and Sasaki. They're going to realise that there has been a change in position. The fight at the back of the field at the moment is absolutely fantastic, by the way. We don't have it on our screens, but 8th, 9th and 10th having a fantastic scrap. We'll stay with Gallo for now, though, at the moment in this third group. Now the question really remains is, can he now take the gap down between him and Sasaki? I think he's got the pace at the moment.
I think you're absolutely right, and as you say, that squabble going on further down the order that we were talking about there, that's Dean Helt. He served his penalty last lap, as we saw that flashing red light next to his name, and now he's involved in squabble with Regalado, Inestrosa, and also Donovan Parker in the mix there as well. Sasaki now beginning to close up, and Gallo bringing himself back.
I think my face cam is in a pretty good spot.
As they come out of that final corner and aim it for the timing line. Lap 320.
Maybe I'll move it.
Fraga still soaking up that pressure.
We'll move it down.
From Sasaki. Now you wonder whether
Just right there.
To get himself past
There we go.
Fraga,
Now we can see every position.
A lot of closing speed on the brakes into that first corner. Little bit of a warning sign. You can see further back you've got Robbie Heck now coming under some pressure as well from Guy Barbara, who's dropped back behind the Mazda driver. So it's not been a good couple of laps here for Guy Barbara as he now pops himself into the slipstream of the Mazda. Down the Retroposta we go. In front, we're side by side almost there as Sasaki and Gallo.
First, second, and third are just tight.
To turn 4.
That was clever there from Guy Barbara. He could have thought that more and lost more time, but I think he knows that the guys...
Igor Fraga does good under pressure, though.
Dragged along, and they're going to keep this pack of 5 cars together, which is important for everyone's race here. Now, Gallo has moved right up onto the back of Sasaki after Sasaki's half move on Igor Fraga. He said he might try and undercut him, nearly just moved him into T1 there. So the stewards will have a keen eye on the racing here today. Now, through this middle section, it feels so slow compared to the rest of the circuit. You've got to be patient on that throttle pedal coming out of here, otherwise you start burning those rear tyres. And these soft tyres, they're pretty susceptible to wheel spin. If you get those spinning, you heat them up, and you can't really get them back into the window where they once were. So
Ooh.
time management is crucial.
Where's he
Wouldn't
at
believe
on
it from the way
here?
he
Oh, he's in
started driving.
7th. All right.
Look there, Alonso Regalado picking up a warning for bum drafting. That means he's sort of pushing Caleb Roach along in 6th position, and the stewards don't like that sort of thing. Also, further back, I'm looking at the gap that Karatsa had. It was 9 seconds a couple of laps ago. It's now down to 6 seconds. He, of course, is on a quicker combative tyre. He's lapping some 2 seconds faster as Gallo has a half look to the outside there of Sasaki into the first corner. But keep an eye out for that gap with Karatsa.
Fraga
and
is just so
Arregarda at the moment.
smart.
That'll be crucial coming into the latter stages of the
The
race. He's
dude
still gotta run
knows
that half
exactly what
combative
he's
tyre. My
doing,
bet
and
is
he's
he'll try
doing
and
it
do 2
well.
stints now. So he's done the hard combative tyre. He did that on the first lap, but he's got to try and make up that deficit because he's doing an extra pit stop. So we'll see how it's all going to work out. Let's have a look here further back. This is Dean Help. We're on board here with Donovan Parker. He just has a little bit of contact there with Angel Estrada as they go side by side down the start-finish straight. Parker's got the outside line. He's got track position down into T1. He goes up into Wake's place. So there's a great nose-to-tail battle going on the fringes of the top 10. And this is all for those important points.
Yeah, as mentioned before, we've sort of got 2 groups running that will come back together when these strategies all converge towards the end of the race. To give you some idea of how that soft tyre is comparing to the hard tyre right now, Karatsa has gained about 4 seconds on the car in front since he pitted on that alternative strategy. Karatsa down in 12th place.
That soft tire definitely makes a big difference, where the hard tires, I mean, they're kind of in their own area, but I think what they're relying on with the guys in front is that they're going to be able to maintain their spot throughout the race.
5 cars still within about a second and a half of each other, so this race is anyone's at this point. Fraga doing, as you said before, a really great job of just sort of driving them around, keeping them there. Meanwhile, Sasaki having to go defensive from Gallo. Gallo looking around the outside now in the NSX. Can he make this stick? Trying the long way around to be on the inside, though, for this right-hander. It's getting very tight as we go through here. Now Sasaki has the alternative line on the inside.
Yes, fight each other, that way Fraga can zoom away.
The problem with Sasaki is he's tighter onto that left-hander. It's compromised his run down this Retro Aposta. He goes for the defensive line, but Gallo's going to pull to the outside here. Sasaki moving over in the braking zone. The stewards are not going to like the look of that. Parks in on the apex of the corner. Again, there's going to compromise his run.
Yeah, Gallo's getting away from all these. I mean, not Gallo. Fraga's getting away from all these people.
He's going to have track position here. Is he going to muscle out Gallo as Gallo tries to firm it around the outside in the Honda NSX? Surely Gallo's not going to be able to make this stick, and indeed he can't. Sasaki parks the car in the
Oh, go on the inside. Oh.
This is fantastic.
Wait, and then switch into the inside. There you go. Gallo's really smart. He's just... That Porsche is going to beat it in top speed, where he can't get the... Or sorry, the acceleration. He can't get the... The Honda can't get the acceleration to beat that Porsche.
Take note of that F1 at some point if you want to. So, going up the hill now to come on to lap 7 of this race here at Interlagos. And Gallo's going to have another look. He's now desperate to get by. He knows he is faster at this stage. Here we are again, back in the draft, back in the slipstream, down towards T1. Will he go outside again? He's trying the outside line once again. I don't think he's quite as close as he was. He's going to try and cut back in. I think what he's trying to do is just put Sasaki off his line a little bit through his complex and get a better run coming down the second straight here, but not quite as close as before. But as you said, all that going on, all those overtake opportunities means that Igor Fraga has now got a little bit of breathing room out front.
Keep an eye out for Guy Barber and Robbie Heck in the background as well, because it's gone from a 2-way to a potential 4-way fight here as well as they come through the left-hander. That's the trophy these drivers all want to lay their hands on at the end of the season.
Yeah, Fraga's just... He's just dusting them, because Gallo and Sasaki got into a little beef. Literally, one is right ahead, but then 2, 3, 4, and 5 are all just bunched up together. Anything could happen there.
Colliding with another car. Fraga, 1.3 seconds. The gap has got to stabilise out in front. Karatsa, meanwhile, right at the back of the field. He's closed right up to within half a second of Donovan Parker, courtesy of those soft tyres.
That's actually a bit of a disaster for Karatsa, because now he's back where he started, trying to get through the cars on slower compounded tyres, but burning his soft tyre at the same time. Saying that, he goes up into P11. So we'll keep an eye on Karatsa down in P11.
2 seconds faster per lap, though, is Karatsa at the moment. So you imagine he's going to try and make easy work of those drivers in front. But the thing is, like you say, you've still got to run a slower lap time because you're working your way through traffic.
It just depends where you catch him. If you get him on the corner exit, lovely. But if you're trying to catch him through the middle sector where everyone is on one line, you're just wasting the life of that soft compounder tyre, and it can really come back to haunt you as the race goes on. Now, the gap to the front, I'd say that Fraga isn't actually the quickest of this pack at the moment. I'd say he isn't quite the quickest of the three. Now, here's a replay. Here is Heck and Barbara going down towards T1. What happens here?
Down into the breakdown. Sasaki versus
Gallo again.
Gallo again, yeah, and then Heck versus Barbara. Barbara tried to send it to the inside. Heck said, no way, and I'm going to hold on to fourth place.
Yeah, it's such a close matchup.
Heck, a little bit wide. Was there a smack-
He's going on the inside there, so in that way, once they make the turn, he's gonna have the advantage against him. Hopefully, he can get enough speed to where he'll have to come back into a split stream, and that way, Guy Barber can pull away. And Gallo and Sasaki are kind of battling it out, and then Fraga's just driving. he's just up there. Welcome everybody who's joining chat here. We are watching the Gran Turismo Manufacturers Cup round 1 of it. There are a total of 4 rounds, including the grand final. Yes, sir.
Even the fact that closing speed might just be that little bit closer as well. As we sit on board here with Valerio Gallo, he's got box office seats to the battle in front with Takuma Sasaki and Igor Fraga. The gap has now come down, it's under a second, so Sasaki's going to be back into slipstreaming range at this point now, and of course Fraga doesn't have the whole being punched in the air in front of him.
Yeah, everyone on the soft compounder tyre.
What's up, hi, welcome to chat. Yes, sir, I knew you'd come for the stream. I bring you another Gran Turismo stream. The Manufacturers Cup. Yes, sir. I picked Igor Fraga to win the whole thing, so he better, because I want my million credits. Right now he's doing good, but hopefully I can get my million credits, that'd be nice.
Well, we'll see what happens here for Valerio Gallo. At the moment he's driving a really good race, because he's in that unfortunate position of having to attack and defend at the same time. So he's got to keep an eye on his mirrors of Guy Barber behind, but also doesn't want to let Takuma Sasaki get too far out in front at the moment.
Oh, and by the way, hey, if you're wondering, it is confirmed we have a new track, new cars, and new physics in the game of Gran Turismo 7. It's going to be a free update coming out. It'll be pretty cool.
He is. Fraga boxes early at the end of lap 9. That is a bit of a surprise. We're kind of getting to the pit window. You can see another couple of
oh, okay, hold it.
They want to stay as part of that pack, but
ah, bro, don't put me in rest mode.
feel okay with their car so far. They're carrying on.
Don't do it.
So they're going for the two-stop strategy. You have to use both.
I think it's because I was not doing anything. It was saying it was gonna put me in rest mode.
Now, as they've gone onto the soft compounder tyre, this overcut from Sasaki, I don't think is going to work. These guys are going to be a little bit quicker, well, they should be anyway, on their outlap than Sasaki is now. But it'll be interesting to see what the Porsche driver can do in clear air, because as we said, they all moved up to the back. But I'm really surprised by the tyre wear on that Lexus. That was awful compared to the cars around it. I'll tell you who that might scupper as well is Adriano Carrazza.
Worst case in scenario, what I can do is bring it up on my PC, be all to watch in the event that it were to kick out. But hopefully that doesn't happen. That would be nice.
How close it is here in the World Series.
Every lap I'll hit it once, so that way PS5 will be confirmed to not shut down. Oh hey, well, I know why Fraga is not in first, because Fraga hit it. He'll get back up into the position though.
Sasaki goes for one more lap, and Guy Barber dives into the pit lane. So, do you think we're going to see a one-stop attempt for Sasaki?
You see Dean Hell there as well. He's picked up a penalty. He's gone from bad to worse for Genesis, down in 12th position at the moment. Into the pits then comes Guy Barbara. So soft again, like the others around him. And he, as you said, has gone for one lap longer. The advantage for that is that he's going to have one lap fresher tyres when everybody else comes into box.
See where he comes out then. You can see the mini-map. Here comes Fraga. Here comes
there we go, Fraga.
Barbara is just the other side.
Fraga caught up.
At the moment.
Yeah, he'll catch up to Sasaki when Sasaki pits.
He's behind the pack there. So So that was definitely the worst decision there to stay out on that tire, but he is still, importantly, within that slipstream range. And if you're still there, if you're still within the range of that toe, you're still pretty much there in that pack. Now, Karax is coming in. The first person to stop goes for his second stop onto a fresh set of those soft tyres. Parker coming off the hard tyre onto the soft as well. So the race starting to get into the strategic elements now. We'll try and keep track of all these pit stops.
Yeah, it's right. Right when it starts getting strategic is when they hit the pit lanes, because it's just a choice. I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? When am I gonna pit? What tires am I gonna put on? It's all a big decision.
And again, the quickest man on circuit right now is Robbie Heck in that Mazda. He is the fastest first sector of anyone.
It looks like everyone in the top 5 decided to stick with the soft tires. We'll see what Sasaki does. He'll probably stick with the soft tires as well, being that everyone else has. That would be what would make sense. Yep, he's putting more soft tires on.
So why would he go on to soft tyres a couple of laps later? You're probably asking. Now this buys him basically a couple more laps in the soft at the end of the race compared to others who will likely have to go to the hards earlier. So let's see. Igor Fraga then leads the race from Valerio Gallo. Where is Sasaki? He comes out, it looks like, behind Guy Barbara. So after all that, Porsche...
Oh wow, he got put down a ton.
Fraga,
you're still in first. Fantastic. Yes, sir. Keep it going. Please.
So he might be playing the long game here to Kimi Sasaki, just to try and see whether it works to give him an advantage later on in the race.
He will probably pit to the hard tires at lap 20 probably, and then just keep it that way for the rest of the time, because he's gonna wear out those soft tires first, then that way he can get the most speed throughout this whole thing. It's a smart strategy.
At the moment, in the Subaru Impreza, sorry, the Subaru, I should say BRZ, which hasn't particularly been a happy debut for him in that car so far.
Well, I've not seen much of these guys yet. We've been focusing on the pack at the front, but these guys will become a bit more relevant as the race goes on. So it's Roach, Regalado and Destroza. As we said before, that Subaru has always been a fairly decent bet if you want to try and predict who's going to win that, of course. Right now, it's down in 8th position. Let's look at the tyre life. Very, very good on its rear tyres is that Subaru.
So yeah, the front tires, it looks like for almost every single driver, are definitely getting worn out more. Generally they do, unless you put your braking balance all the way to the rear, which some people do. But, yeah.
On the alternative line now, a little bit of him, so here comes Inestrosa sideways as Roche goes it up. Is Inestrosa going to go around all of them? He's there side by side now, but he's not quite got the power of the BMW as we go now down towards the left-hander. Can he make the move stick? No, I think he's stuck on the inside. Regalado looking there as well. Free wide into the corner down the bottom. Well, they're still finished, Tom.
No, they're still going on for it. I wonder if the stewards might be having a look at Callum Roach there, because he was pretty aggressive on Regalado through that first corner. There was a bit of contact. He just shut the line off. Inestrosa.
That's so tight. It's like 3 drivers all together.
And he's got the position
Just
back
tight.
ahead of the Peruvian driver. Has a half look there at Roach, but no room at the in for now as we come running down the hill. Nose to sail action.
Wait, hi, if you're still in chat, you think you'll be able to do this someday? I think so. I think you'll be good enough to race against these boys. I hope I can become that good, but I don't know, maybe. It'd be nice. Because I know you're like an A driver, aren't you?
We'd love to see a battle here, of course. It's the best part of watching any of his races, but for their actual races themselves, it does cost them time. And again, you're seeing the difference between the cars here. Inestrosa, so fast in the middle, but then can do nothing to defend on the straight. Here comes Regalado, but I imagine Inestrosa is going to try and outbrake him down towards T1. Regalado does move ahead on the outside. Inestrosa holds him though there. Regalado has the inside line. Will there be
I don't know why they're still on the hard tires. I don't know the strategy yet on what they plan on doing right there, because everyone should be on soft tires right now. Except for maybe the people at the very bottom. I can see why they would be on the...
And Inestrosa knows that all the while. Up in front, you've got Roach clearing off, a second off into the distance. Side by side we go. Regalado on the outside, Inestrosa on the inside. Fantastic racing here between these two, and it is Inestrosa who manages to retain the position ahead of Regalado for now.
Yeah, but doing so, they're just hemorrhaging time to the cars around them at the moment. Again, great for Roach, as mentioned before. He gets a little bit of breathing. The gap now up to 1 second as Regalado again trying to find a way past the BRZ.
My steering wheel is a little dusty.
For that car. Interestingly, up in the third position, we've had a change of position. Guy Barbara taking the place away from Robbie Heck, and they've both of them have really fallen down away from Gallo and Fraga. 3 seconds now is the gap between third and second, so it looks like it's now turned into a two-horse race at the front between two former Nations Cup champions. These two drivers are two of the fastest
Fraga and Gallo
drivers
are
we've ever seen.
insane drivers.
I
wouldn't count out Sasaki though yet. He is definitely, he's got the car first of all, and he's a good driver.
129.8 the lap from Gallo that has him the fastest lap at the moment.
So Gallo there closing up onto the back. It's become a two-way scrap out in
I'm
front.
yawning so much. I don't know what's going on there.
Breathing down the back of his neck at the moment as they come through the right.
Chat, we're halfway through the race.
Too rash in terms of his defensive lines through there at the moment, but these three running nose to tail. It's upset Sasaki's race as we look here at Barbara. This is the move. Did Heck make a mistake going through the left-hander? It looks like he made a mistake the corner before, actually. Got himself all out of shape, ran it onto the curb there into the left, and that allowed Guy Barbara to go through, as he said, thanks very much, and got up onto the podium.
I think he's heating those rear tyres up a little bit, Tom. Now, we mentioned that a bit earlier on. He just seems he's having real trouble getting the traction down in that Mazda. Let's watch him again through here. Let's see how he manages the exit this time. We get a nice view from Sasaki there, who actually I think is the biggest victim of all of these guys, choosing to box a couple laps later, and now he's stuck here. He's stuck about 4-5 seconds off the lead, where before he was fighting for it. Now right into the toe again, right into the slipstream, looking around. What's that Porsche like in a straight line? Not quite quick enough to pull alongside. We were seeing a late dive, both of them moving in the braking zone there. Sasaki looking up the inside.
Bro, I would be dive bombing these people so hard.
Will he drive them to the curve? No, straight around the outside goes Sasaki. That was a confident move, Tom.
Love that from Takuma Sasaki, and he needs to do that because he can see
Oh,
his
he
shot
finally pitted.
slipping through his fingers. He wants to get onto the podium.
Yep,
Wants to get those points
get on the
back.
soft tires.
Sasaki, 4 points awarded
Good.
for third place,
Yeah.
3 points awarded for fourth place, so that could be critical at the end of the season. Inestrosa off the hard tyres, finally for him, goes onto the soft compound of tyres. Where's he going to emerge? There's Dean Helt just to his right-hand side in the Genesis. Helt, of course, on an alternative strategy, so will it give Inestrosa a little bit of clear air if he's able to get himself ahead of the Genesis driver? That will be the best case scenario for the Chilean.
I think, honestly, for Subaru and Inestrosa, this race could have gone a bit better for those guys so far. They've been caught up in a lot of battles. The pace hasn't been that good on the hard compound of tyres. It's going to really take a lot to catch these guys in the front. The pace in the front now is fantastic. A 30.2 last.
Chat, I want to know what's your guys' picks to win this, if y'all play Gran Turismo.
In the field at the moment. I've got a
If you guys picked in game,
very soon.
who was your pick? Mine was Igor Fraga, the one who's currently cross your fingers in first. That's who I picked in Gran Turismo. So hopefully I get my million credits for it.
Interestingly, pulls out of the toe there. Now, why would he do that?
I wonder if he's just trying to keep his powder dry for now, just not wanting to show his cards too soon. Sure, he could go for a lunge on the inside, but he could also cost himself a lot more than he's set to gain there. Just saw a snap of oversteer mid-corner for the Honda driver, so he's certainly pushing on. He's not like he's driving well within his limits, but yeah, I just wonder if he's just waiting for the right opportunity to strike later in the race, maybe.
He lost a chunk of time there, about half a second there to Fraga through T1, so it just shows you one mistake cost you quite a bit of time here.
Takuma Sasaki there needs a little bit of a booster cushion, doesn't he? You can barely see the steering wheel from that camera angle at the moment.
As a fellow short king, don't be calling him out like that, all right? Don't be calling him out
To be
like
fair,
that.
I was waiting for you to make a reference. It was only a matter of time, wasn't it? Takuma Sasaki then right in the wheel tracks here of Guy Barbara over the rise. And the thing is, Sasaki will know that he has an opportunity of victory, and he doesn't want to let that slip through his fingers. Maybe a podium is the best opportunity, but he'll still be angrier than a mosquito in a mannequin factory if he's not able to maximise the potential for Porsche here this afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, he's just being held up by Guy Barbara. Now, the question really remains, one, can he get by Guy Barbara? I think he can. I think he's got the pace. I think he's got the racecraft to make that move if he can get there. But then,
Oh, that's so close.
to the back of Gallo and Fraga. Fraga. The gap between them now is a good 4 seconds between Sasaki and Igor Fraga. The leader.
Sasaki can
Look at the tyres here.
make some
Gallo
moves if he
hasn't
wants.
Really pushed on this stint. Those rear tyres looking pretty second hand, and we did see him have a couple of slides. That is only going to get worse.
Sasaki then pulls to the inside here of Guy Barber.
Yeah, and he's gonna pass him right here. Yep.
Into the center edge, decisive, clean, and confident.
It was that right-hand turn. He was passing him.
Once again, onto the podium here
Or
for Tag Heuer Porsche.
left-hand turn, I should
Does Guy
say.
Barber have
Yeah.
anything left in his locker to try
This
and
way.
protect out of turn
For
three?
you guys, it
Back
looks
to the
right,
line,
but for
trying to
me, it's
scrape
actually
Sasaki in
left.
the mirror. But Sasaki's got trap position. He's got more
That
grip
way.
underneath him, and he's got third place as we head down into the left-hander of turn 4 as well. So now, next target, close the gap down to the leaders.
Yeah, Sasaki now has got to use this pace he has. He cannot afford to fight with Guy Barber at all. He's already lost a chunk of time. The gap is down to 3.2 seconds at the moment, so we're getting quicker, but still a little way to go.
0.3 of a second faster was Sasaki.
Oh yeah, Sasaki's got a bit.
And Fraga as well. So that is
He isn't
just
catching
carrot
Gallo
Sasaki.
anytime soon. He's still got a little bit.
Not over for Porsche and for Takuma Sasaki. Up through into the right hander we go, and you can see him visibly there. A lot of confidence and a lot of pace, and this is going to really come to him, I'm sure, in the latter stages of this one.
You know, like a cork in a bottle there, he's really turned up the wick already. Through that middle sector, he was nearly half a second faster than Igor Fraga. So I don't think this race is over yet for Sasaki and Team Porsche. We've seen Gallo struggling on tyres. We've seen Fraga doesn't quite have the ultimate pace. So this is still far from over. Coming on to that 19 there, Igor Fraga leading by only 0.3 seconds in this man. Valerio Gallo in Honda. Robbie Heck coming into the pits there fairly early for that second stop there for Team Mazda.
We saw him spinning up his rear tyres a few laps ago, didn't we? So if he's only hit to those tyres, he's used that.
I think the stream cut out for a second.
Possibility that it's just high on tyre
Think
wear
so.
on this particular circuit, that Mazda. So maybe Robbie Heck's chance of a podium, maybe even a top 5 potentially off the cards, because Karatsa's closed right up. He's in 6th place now. He's chopped off that gap by about 5 seconds over the last 5 laps as well. So Karatsa on an absolute charge as things stand.
Bear in mind, if Sasaki, third place, get onto the back of these guys for first and second, he has effectively tyres that are a couple of laps younger than the rest of the field, meaning that he'll have to spend a little bit less time on that hard compound of tyre. So something to think about. But also at this point, these two here are just losing time.
Honestly, I could see Gallo catching him. He's trying to go for it. You can see him inching towards Fraga, but Fraga is just so good defensively. He's not letting them at the moment. But you can tell Gallo just wants to push that car.
They know each other's moves at this point. They know the strengths and weaknesses of the manufacturers they
Oh
represent.
man, this
All we see
chat,
now
this is intense.
when they're both coming into the pits actually. So at this point, they're going
Coming into the
down
pit?
So it's going to be a straight fight to the end
Ah.
of the race, both onto the hard tyre.
Yeah, I imagine so. Let's see what happens as they come into the box then. Fraga in first, of course. Just up the road from
Ooh,
Gallo.
Fraga's doing this.
So they're going to try and do 1 lap on the hard tyre. There's no minimum tyre time. They only have to do a minimum of 1 lap on it. So I wonder whether they're going to make a final stop in this race and try and run that.
Fraga's gonna have to make another pit.
This is music to the ears of Takuma Sasaki because it's released those 2
Ooh,
cars in front. That means he's
yeah.
clear air.
I don't know if I'd do that.
Underneath
I
him,
really
he
don't
just
know if I would
maintain
do
what
that.
Sunshine's run his strategy and hope that this race comes to him.
Fraga, that is risky.
I don't know if this is the right
Ooh.
move for
Yeah, that's
Gallo.
risky.
Going onto that hard compound of time, and this guy
I think I would have went with the hard tires.
at this point, but I just don't see that working. Bear in mind, though, of course, because as you can see there, the history graph of our tyres being used, you have to use both compound tyres. So Sasaki, Barbara, Fraga as well, and Heck all need to make one more stop. At least Gallo, to his credit, doesn't have to stop again. So the question is, can Fraga open up a pit stop's worth of gap in 10 laps?
Well, time will tell. 10 laps left to run here in this grand final.
We know Sasaki and Barbara are going to go to the hard tires. Because they're probably going to pit within the next 2 laps, which I would assume then they're going to switch to the hard tires and just keep it that way for the rest of the race. That's personally what I would do. But oh, he's coming in early. Okay, I would go with the hard. Okay, yeah. I think that's smart. I think that's smart because at this late in the race, you really can't pit much more. And Fraga, don't sacrifice my points in Gran Turismo. I need my credits. Sasaki will probably pit after this next lap.
There is still a little bit of life in that tyre there, but I just wonder how much longer he's going to go, because now it's the gap between himself and Fraga.
Well, he might take one more lap. I think I would pit here, because Fraga is going to catch up to you, because Fraga's tires aren't nearly as worn, and so they have a lot more grip. So I think so. I think he'll probably pit right here.
Probably going to be coming into the pits at the end of this lap. We saw him go a lap longer than his fellow competitors in the first stint of this race. And Sasaki, as he comes through, does not.
You should do a Destiny E2 live stream as me and Dan. You know, I could do that. That'd be a good idea.
31.5, so about 0.3 of a second slower. Now those tires are beginning to go.
I'll think about that one time. That's not a bad idea.
Just keep an eye on the lap times for those who have opted to go to that hard compounded tyre. We're going to get one from Gallo very soon, coming across the start finish line. He's at 32.4, which is a second, give or take, slower than Sasaki.
Did Sasaki?
So
he didn't pit.
Early, wasn't it? I think it's
oh,
sort of typical game of the hard
buddy, you gotta pit.
Anyway,
You gotta do it.
This is the difference between the tyres here. Look, so much more apex speed there.
Playing right now, nice.
Like it's just nothing. And Gallo down into 4th position. So those are the soft tyres right now. They do have to stop again, but Gallo is losing just
Sasaki is. Him and Fraga are both playing it very risky. Like that. What's Fraga gonna do when he pits? Sasaki's only gonna pit one more time in this race. That's all he can do.
He's doing all right as it stands now is Igor Fraga, but as you say, Jimmy, he's got to run that final competitive time, and that's barring any mistakes. Not that we usually see them from Igor Fraga, but stranger things have happened. There's a lot of pressure in these events. You see Sasaki's front tires going to be crying out for
Fraga, I think, is going to pit on the second to last lap. I think he's going to pit on lap 28. Because then, if he is a little bit behind, it'll give him a lap to catch up for the end. I think that's what he might do. I don't know. Fraga's surprising me right now by going with another soft tire, which is kind of crazy. Not gonna lie. He's went through 3 soft tires.
Charging right now in second place for Team Lexus, taken nearly 2 seconds out of Sasaki on that lap alone. So, but he needs to do this. He needs to bring this.
Let's go, Fraga.
As much as possible.
Let's do this. Come on. Yeah, man.
Just turns into a straight fight. So Fraga's got the tyre life. Why not just go and burn it?
Well, he needs to extend the advantage over Valerio Gallo as well, because of course Fraga's going to be on the hard compound tyre. Gallo will have been on that compound tyre for quite a while, but he needs to make sure that Gallo doesn't leapfrog him when Fraga makes his final pit stop in this race. There is Sasaki. Surely, again, I've said that for the last 3 laps, he's going to come into the pit lane.
Yep,
he's quite calm and confident. 1:31.6.
He should be coming into the pit lane. If he doesn't come into the pit lane, there is something wrong. You need to come into the pit lane, sir. Like, you can't not.
This race beginning to fall away from the Japanese driver. Is it coming back into the favor of Igor Fraga?
Yeah, switch to the hard tires.
Finally then comes Takuma Sasaki. He had to do that.
Yep.
If he went on for another lap, he would have really cost himself a fair bit of time. So he's going to go on to the hard competitive tyre
Yep.
for the final stint in this race. Is Takuma Sasaki then? And let's see.
And then Fraga, you gotta put the pedal to the metal and get like you gotta get like 20 seconds ahead of him.
Hard tyres then do indeed go on for Sasaki. Out of the pit lane we go. Where is the Japanese driver going to emerge though? He's behind Fraga, but how far behind? That's the question, because Fraga needs another pit stop over him.
But Has he come out ahead of Valerio Gallo? That'll be massive for Sasaki if he has.
Let's see, how far is he behind him?
There he is then, side by side. Gallo goes through up into third position. That is a
He's about
disaster
10
for Sasaki. So
seconds behind Fraga, which is pretty significant. I think Fraga can... Fraga needs to only worry about Sasaki and Gallo. He doesn't need to worry about Heck, because Heck also has to... He also has to pit as well.
It's not waiting around, almost pushing Gallo through that middle sector. I don't know. It's a hard one. This, if you have the pace, you want to use the pace.
But those two drivers that we're currently spectating, those two are the ones that Fraga has got to worry about. I don't think he has to worry about Guy Barbara, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Sideways there for Sasaki. That's going to cost him a tenth of a second or two. Gallo, of course, does not have the advantage of the slipstream like Sasaki has. We know that Porsche is pretty handy in a straight line. This is absolutely critical for Takuma Sasaki if he wants to take the victory here tonight in the Manufacturers' Cup. He needs to dispose of Valerio Gallo pretty promptly. Down the start finish straight we go into the first corner. Backs off of the throttle. He's going to try and get a lunge and a run down into turn 4. Just wants to sit in the wheel tracks of the TAC Heuer Porsche at the moment. Of the Honda at the moment, I should say.
So here we go then. Go down towards T4 again. Look from the view of the rear spoiler of Gallo, that Porsche menacing in the mirrors for Valerio Gallo, but cool head on the Italian shoulders as we come now through to the sector. Once again,
so close.
Time running out for Igor Fraga.
I would say they're out of this race, but Fraga and Heck both still have to pit. That is the only thing that is keeping them in this race. If neither of them two had to pit, then... Okay, if Fraga didn't have to pit, he's winning this race. But it's really hard to tell because you don't know. I think Fraga will probably pit within the next 2 to 3 laps.
AMG have not won a race since 2019, believe it or not. Long time ago. They've always been there and thereabouts, but they've been the bridesmaid but not the bride on several occasions. Now Sasaki, once again, part 386 of this battle or whatever it is between himself and Valerio Gallo as we come across the timing line once more. We're coming into the closing few laps of this race, and Sasaki pulls to the outside as Gallo goes for the defensive line. Down the start finish straight we go into turn 1.
Gallo's winning that one. Yeah.
For now.
Yeah, Gallo's gonna win that one. Gallo's got the defense, and if Sasaki hits him, then that's gonna be a penalty.
The best drivers in the world in the best machinery, squabbling for that grand final trophy. Coming now down again for another lap and running out of time is Sasaki and Gallo. I think maybe Sasaki is starting just to realise that if I stay here, I'm not going to have any sort of hope of catching Igor Fraga in front. Fraga, though, still out and still doing very competitive lap times, a 30.5 last time around from the Brazilian driver in the Lexus. And the tyres are holding on nicely for him, so I think it'll be a last lap dash for Fraga to bolt on that hard compound tyre. I'm quite surprised you don't have a minimum time for that hard tyre top.
Yeah, I think Fraga's gonna go about 2 more laps, and then we'll probably pit. Just because those front tires are getting a little bit worn, and so he'll have to pit to the hard tires.
At the moment, this is the battle for the podium between Gallo and Sasaki. Once again, Barbara's just dropping off the back of the rest of these drivers as we come down the start finish straight once more. Fraga's lap time now into the 1:30, so he's not quite as quick as he was earlier on, but he's still about half a second to the good of the likes of Gallo and Sasaki. Around him even a bit more than that on occasion, as you can see there, up to 1.3, 1.4 seconds on some laps there. So
yeah, I think he'll take this lap and then he will do pit probably. He's got a good enough lead where he's 13 seconds behind in front of Gallo, so like, yeah, I think he'll pit after this one. I think so.
Fast in real life. Again, coming back to this battle between Sasaki and Gallo, and I think I don't know. I think they've started to really cost themselves. The gap now between Gallo and Fraga up to nearly 14 seconds. I think Fraga's got the time to basically pit whenever he likes at this point, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure that calculation is correct.
It's a bold strategy, isn't it, running on those hard tyres for as long as they have done, but I don't think, as you say, it's going to be one that's going to be working out particularly that well. I don't think Robbie Heck's podium is for sure as well. He's in second position at the moment, but he's 6.8 seconds up the road from these two drivers. So
I think the top 5 is locked in. It's going to be all those drivers, just we don't know the order.
For now, he sits in the net second place, but I imagine it's going to be
Thinking that's kind of what it's going to be.
Gallo, we ride on board with Sasaki once again, closes up under braking. You've got a Honda versus a Porsche then. Mid-engine versus mid-engine. Down the start-finish straight we go once more. 3 laps left to run here at the Autodromo de Interlagos. Gallo once again defending from Sasaki. Sasaki pulling to the outside. Is he going to use the straight line speed? He's going to make a move.
Yeah, I think Sasaki is out of this one. I don't see him winning.
That's the closest he's been.
I don't see him getting this one now. Fraga is going to pit in a moment.
They're not thinking about working together anymore. They're thinking about position. Igor Fraga out front, seemingly untouchable.
Yeah, okay, Fraga is going to pit next lap. He has to. Because otherwise he's putting himself in jeopardy. Where, yeah, he's going to have to pit. There's no way you don't.
It'd be great. I don't think it's going to happen, personally. I'm sorry to not share your enjoying optimism there, Jimmy, but it's a long shot for Robbie Heck at the moment, I'll be honest. But stranger things have happened. We know how quickly the circumstances can change in the GT World Series. Here, though, is Igor Fraga. 8 seconds the advantage he's got over Robbie Heck. He's got a further 7 seconds over Valerio Gallo. We've got 2 laps left to run at the end of this one. When is the Brazilian going to come in to the pit lane? Will it be the end of
right here, right here. Oh, he's... Oh, Fraga. Why? Oh, you're risking so much. He better hope he maintains that lead, because otherwise he is screwed. If he can't maintain that lead, he's done. There is no way that he get it. There's not. So Fraga better hope he comes out on top.
There's about 4,024 now. Still going. I know they've got magnets onto one another. They've been so close to each other for this number of laps. Great racing between the two, great respect. But, yeah, frustrating for Takuma Sasaki, I am sure, because Gallo doing a good job in that Honda to hold on to third place. He was buoyant, full of confidence coming into this weekend, was Gallo. He said that he reckons the Honda has got the pace finally to fight at the front, and a podium in their first event of the season, at the GT World Series events at least, will be a very welcome result for Valerio Gallo if he can pull it off. But at the moment, he's still got Sasaki breathing down his neck. Now is the time.
Holy crap!
Coming into the pit lane. At the end
bro, this is intense. All right, Fraga, you gotta go in the pit lane right here.
And I'm fairly sure
he's going in the pit lane right here.
Such is the pace of this final stint, or second but final stint, I should say, in this race.
There comes Igor Fraga, our leader, into the pit lane.
Here we go.
Onto that hard compound tire he will go. Has he done enough to retain the lead of this race? So a hard set.
That is the question.
Slick tires are being bolted on now to the Lexus. Keep it on. Robbie Heck having to come in as well to take the hard tire for himself.
Can he do it?
Watch the minimap as well. It looks like Igor Fraga has done absolutely plenty. Here comes Gallo and Sasaki. They are nowhere near Igor Fraga, who's done a magnificent job on his stint there to stay ahead of these two. But now it's going to be a fist fight between Gallo and Sasaki for second place. There is Igor Fraga getting up to speed now, but not quite close enough.
Yeah, Fraga's got this. Fraga just has to maintain the position, and then he's got it. Let's go, baby. 1 million credits coming my way. Let's go. Imagine I get both predictions correct tonight. That would be absolutely insane. If I got next stream's ones too, because after the stream, what I plan on doing is at 6:30, the Nations Cup is happening. I'm also going to stream that too. I'm going to start a fresh stream for this, and If you guys want to tune into that, it's gonna happen at 6:30. Hope you guys can join. Yes, sir. Oh, jeez. I think Gallows got second place, but it's hard to say. Let's go, baby. I get my 1,000,000 credits. Let's go. Igor Fraga has won round 1, baby. I get my 1,000,000 credits in GT7. Let's go. I don't know what I'll spend it on, but hopefully something good. Yes, sir. Let's go, baby. Yes, sir.
Took it in his own pace through that first stint there, and when he had to get the hammer down, he went.
That a boy, Fraga. I knew you could do it. He's mad. I can tell.
A couple of mistakes. I think that could have quite easily gone to Porsche that race as well if the strategy had been different. Great to see Gallo going over there as well, and congratulations Fraga on the victory. Again, I don't understand why we saw the hard tires so early from Gallo, but it came close at the end. But
that's insane. Well, Chad, there you have it. There's the winner in round 1 of the Manufacturers Cup, Igor Fraga. Right here. That's insane.
Sasaki and Guy Barbara down to T1. It was always going to be a pretty clean affair because of the rolling start. Fraga held firm in the race and cleared off into the distance. We saw Gallo making a decisive and critical move there on Guy Barbara to move himself up onto the podium in the early stages of the race. We saw Sasaki closing up onto the back, and then this was the battle that raged on throughout the entirety of it. Gallo versus Sasaki, well, they were stuck to each other like glue.
These guys, what a fantastic race that was, all race long for Sasaki and Fraga. We saw a little bit of divergence in strategy there. Sasaki going very early on that soft compounder tyre. We thought actually at the time this could be a good decision, but it meant he ended up getting held up a bit later on. Some great battling throughout the field. Roach and Regalado there for BMW and Ferrari, and Inestrosa and Regalado in the walls as well. Inestrosa maybe underperforming somewhat in that BRZ, but it is what it is. Here is Sasaki's amazing move on Guy Barbara, sends it up the inside here. There was some great battling here. This, I think, maybe is where the race was decided between Gallo and Fraga. Fraga just a bit quicker in the earlier stage.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right there, JB. This was Gallo versus Sasaki once more. They tried as hard as they could, didn't they, over the course of this one, but they just weren't able, or Sasaki was not able to make anything decisive. He had a look going into the final few laps, and it got really, really tight, especially as we headed onto the final lap. Sasaki with a deep lunge.
Robert Heck should have hit a lap early, I think. I think that's probably what he should have done. I don't know if it would have made a difference, but I don't know. Might have.
We saw from Sasaki versus Gallo. It was a fair old chunk to go through on the inside, but it wasn't quite enough for him as Fraga came to the timing line. It was a drag to the line for a second, eventually with Valerio Gallo getting it by about 3 or 4 hundredths of a second.
Over 30 laps. That's a pretty mad finish there. And there you go, just a pat on the back for Igor Fraga.
Yes, sir.
Nice to see him win again. You know, it's been a little while for Igor. I think it's great to see him show that emotion there. So here are your results for the grand final.
Yep, Igor Fraga takes first blood for Lexus here in the Manufacturers Cup ahead of Valerio Gallo and Takuma Sasaki. Then it's Guy Barbara just off the podium for Mercedes-AMG, but a bit of a return to form for them ahead of Robbie Heck. And shout out to Adriano Carrazza, started 12th and last, got himself up into 6th and got...
I didn't even pay attention to that. That's actually really good. He started in last, but he came up to 6th. That's really good.
Genesis, Ferrari, Chevrolet, BMW, Audi yet to score, but Lexus top the order then.
Let's go, baby.
Honda and
Igor Fraga,
Porsche there in 3rd position.
first place currently.
Really nice stuff. Really, really good race. But don't forget about the Michelin driver of the day as well. You can vote for that. Do you think it was Igor Fraga? Do you think it was Valerio Gallo? Do you think it was anybody else? Jimmy Broadbent,
Ooh,
maybe?
actually, I don't know with that one.
No, I think that if I was to pick anyone, it would be either Guy Barbara for someone who, I mean, to be kind to.
I really don't know.
Always towards the front end of the field, but they're showing just how quick Mercedes can be.
I think it
And
could be
also to,
Valerio
to
Gallo.
from that 12 to 6, but it's
I mean,
very
Fraga held the lead the whole entire time, but
Absolutely.
Gallo really
Now, ladies
came
and
up
gentlemen, she is catching
in the
up with
bracket.
Igor Fraga, the
So, like,
winner
I don't
from
know.
The Manufacturers Cup here in Montreal.
Well, you remember before when we did the interview before, and you were really concerned that you weren't having that extra time to practice. Well, you didn't need it, did you? You just won. It just won. That was an amazing race. Talk us through like your view of your strategy, because obviously we could see that it was basically just a whole lot of fighting behind you, but from your point of view.
Yeah, first of all, I'm very happy to be back at the top, because there was a few years that I haven't been, winning a race in the, either Manufacturers Cup or Nations Cup. So, yeah, I'm very happy. And with the Lexus, we were struggling a little bit with tire wear.
Yeah.
Always at the end of the stint, we were struggling a lot. So, I couldn't take the strategy to make the tire last long. So we gambled to stop more and then trying to, pick up a stronger pace. And it worked quite well. I had clean air through whole the race. And fight behind me also helped me a little bit to, keep it clean. So, I'm very happy.
But you like being out in front and just letting everyone else just like fight behind you. That's like your style.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I like
at
that
the
too.
beginning, I had a lot of pressure, and it was really tough to stay calm and even though keeping the tires alive, because the front tire were really tough to make it all the way to the end of the stint.
Yeah, they went down like super quickly. So I mean, well, you've won round one. The pressure is off now. You've done your job. You're like, boom, I did my bit. Come on, guys, you got to do the rest. So what are you going to pass forward? I mean, the pressure's on them now, right?
Yeah, but I think it's a great start. We know that we have a competitive car. I think we have more understanding of how does it work here. So yeah, we'll try to I'll talk with my teammates and let them do the job for the next rounds.
No pressure, but don't lose. Okay, all right. Huge round of applause for Igor Fraga. And back to you.
Yes,
Tom and
sir.
Jimmy.
Yeah, cheers, Jules. The pressure's on. I don't know. I'd say the pressure's more on now, if anything. He's got a bit of a target on his back.
If I was sitting there as a Lexus driver, I'd be like, oh no, I've actually got to perform. What do I do? I don't know, but amazing race from Igor Fraga. And as we said, of course, 6 full points there. And
Just noticing Bibendum behind us there for the Michelin driver of the day. Don't
have
forget
you got
about
a pass?
that.
Have you got
Hey?
a pass?
Yeah, to be fair, they are pretty hot on the passes here this weekend. But yeah, just a shout about that Michelin driver of the day. I mean,
There we have it, chat. There's the
commanding
results
control,
here.
But also, I just want to give a shout out to Adriano Carazza in particular. Amazing job for him, right from the back of the field up into 6th place.
I think we do give him a little bit of grief sometimes, Carazza, because he does come across quite as an aggressive driver sometimes. I mean, he was the first person to have the collide warning. But as I said before, going from P12 to P6 in a field of this strength is super impressive. Like, you just wonder what could have happened if he had a better qualifying.
What about Takuma Sasaki? Missed opportunity, do you think?
I think so. I think, genuinely, he was the fastest man in the field. I think that it's a race that got away from
Yes
huge
and no. I
opportunities
think
to make that work.
I actually think that
just getting stuck behind
Valerio
cars. I mean, we had that
Gallo
instant break
was
in,
probably the
3 seconds
fastest
behind.
guy on the
I think
field
it was,
because
Barbara, and heck, and he just got stuck there for
I mean,
a while. That's what killed
Fraga
the race.
was in the
Gap
lead.
at the end of the race. It was 2
He
seconds
he
when
just had to
people
hold the
came out.
position. He didn't
Those
have
are
to
the sort of
be
things that
super
we go through
fast. He
now,
just had
so
to
I'm
play
sure this might be
defensively
happening
like the
in
whole
boat.
race. Where Gallo, he kind of shot himself up
in
in the bracket. So I think he was the fastest
there, but again, like you said, the race just
on the
kind of fell
track,
away
even though he didn't
from
win.
the opportunity when it was there.
Yeah, I mean, heck, I think top 5 for him. Fantastic result for him and Mazda. So yeah, he should be proud of himself.
Right, it's time to get the podium underway then, shall we, for the Gran Turismo World Series here in Montreal.
Here we go,
Ladies and
chat.
gentlemen, please welcome 3rd place here for round 1 of the 2024 Gran
Third
Turismo
place right here,
World
Team
Series
Porsche.
in Montreal in the Manufacturers Cup. For Team Porsche, it is Takuma Sasaki.
Yes, sir. He did a good race. Definitely played a good one.
2nd place, driving for Team Honda from Italy. Please give it up for Valerio Gallo.
Also another great driver.
And And the winner of the
In my
Manufacturers Cup
pick,
for World Series
they
1
got me
in
1 million
Montreal,
credits
Lexus,
in
in
Gran Turismo 7.
Igor Fraga.
Let's go, baby. I can buy a new car. Let's go.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you're able for the national anthem.
I think it's... Yeah, I think it's Brazil's national anthem. Because he got the win. Don't quote me on that.
The national anthem of Japan plays
Here we
out
go.
for the winning manufacturer of Lexus, piloted by Igor Fraga here in Montreal. What a superb job from all of our podium finishers here. And now it is time for the trophies to be presented.
Okay, just to make sure this thing doesn't
The first
shut off.
trophy will be awarded by Kazunori Yamauchi, the producer
The
of
producer of
Gran
Gran
Series.
Turismo.
To a rapturous applause here in Canada. Third place then going to Takuma Sasaki for Team Porsche. A podium for them in their first event of the season. Second place to Valerio Gallo for Team Honda. And the winner of World Series 1, driving for Team Lexus,
Yes,
it is Igor
sir.
Fraga.
There we go, chat.
Team Lexus
There you
here
have it.
in Montreal. Let's get a look at the points rankings then after the opening round of the season. And of course, it does reflect that race result. Jimmy, Lexus with an advantage going into the next round of the GT World Series.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, having full points straight away, amazing start to their season. Honda and Porsche, of course, in hot pursuit. AMG, Mercedes, Mazda and Toyota also on the board of points so far, with Subaru, Genesis, Ferrari, Chevrolet and BMW, Audi. We've got all to do as we go into round 2 and 3.
Yep, and rounds 2 and 3, well, round 2 at least, will be taking place in Prague, in the Czech Republic. We're going there for the first time in the Gran Turismo World Series. I am very, very excited for that, not only for the great races, but also for the fact that you can get beer for a
Yeah, this is where the next one is going to be
That's the important thing.
held here.
I've got my priorities in the right order, but Prague, the Czech Republic, that's where World Series 2 will be hosted on the
This is
10th
where
of
round
August.
2 is going to be.
Beautiful city, loads of
Hopefully I can stream that.
Wait, George.
I don't know.
Yeah, hi,
It depends on if I have
welcome to
anything
Desmond.
going on,
How are you
obviously,
doing?
but
All right, that was pretty
yeah.
good, eh?
That was all right, yeah.
Hopefully I can stream that one. That'd be
You're
nice.
learning the lingo here already.
What lingo? I didn't say it was what magic. What's the one he always says like it's magic? No, what is it? Mega.
Oh, mega.
Mega,
That's,
yeah,
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 I haven't used that one yet.
Well, now you will because I've implanted
Yeah,
it
you
in
have,
your
yeah.
head.
Wait for the Nations Cup later on.
Yeah. Well, that was amazing. Obviously, coming up next, we have got the Nations Cup, so don't.
Next
go
live
anywhere.
stream,
We've got a
guys,
little
right
sit
there.
down, cup of tea.
6:30.
Come back with some more
Save the
races.
time.
It's going to be great. 7th year of Gran Turismo World Series. 7.
How much older do we look?
Don't answer that
We
question.
don't want to know the answer to that question. But yeah, 7 years. It's pretty. It looks good.
I mean, what a way to kick it off as well. You know, Lexus, great job from Igor Fraga. Amazing performance. And, you know, start as they mean to go on. That's a great way to kick it off your list.
Absolutely. And he was smiling at the end there.
Yeah, I
which
mean-
he doesn't smile until it's really, yeah.
And that's you off his Christmas card list.
No, but he's very, very focused on what he's trying to do. And that was some spectacular racing. Honestly, that was right up until the end there. You
No,
enjoy that?
it's great to see Lexus back because, of course, Lexus are original winner of the Manufacturer Series all the way back in 2018, as you said 7 years ago. Yeah, but great to see him back in form again.
Yeah, well, we have had a spectacular, is it evening? It's sort of evening
it's
so
getting there,
far.
isn't it?
Don't go anywhere because the Nations Cup is coming up less. My name is Jules, this is Tom and Jimmy. We'll see you very, very soon for more from the Gran Turismo World Series.
Ah, there we have it. Oh, wait. I don't get the... I just realized something, chat. I don't get the million credits unless I predict the manufacturer winner. Okay, so right now, my prediction is currently correct. Currently. I don't know if it'll continue to be that way, but currently it is correct. There we go, chat. Yes, sir. Hopefully... Wait, let me go to the viewers campaign real quick. Yeah. So I watched this. Did I not watch it in the correct spot? Might not have. Oh no, it still counts. It still counts. We did watch it, just we forgot to hit the wrong link. It's all good. Alright, chat. So, what I plan to be doing, hopefully, 6:30, so in a little under an hour from now, is the Nations Cup. Going to be doing that on a separate stream. And, yeah, that is the plan for tonight. If you guys did enjoy this stream, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, turn on the notification bell below so that you guys will not miss anything on the channel. Hope you guys all have a great rest of your night, and I will see you guys in just a little while.